And not to leave an open plot thread, but leading back to City on the Edge of Forever, that loss that Lon had to go through in a lot of ways mirrors the same loss that Kirk would have to go through.
The Edith Keeler death, yeah.
Yeah. And not to mention, I believe it's been a tragically long time since I've seen such a wonderful episode of Star Trek. But if I remember correctly, it was something to do with, wasn't the plot of that something to do with pre-World War II?
So what that was Edith Keeler was a pacifist who was preaching pacifism in America. And when McCoy saved her life, pacifism took off in America. Fascism took off in Europe. We never joined World War II. Hitler conquered the world.
Simple enough.
Yep.
Classic Harry Turtle Dove maneuver.
Yep. The full turtle dove, except it was not Jake Featherstone.
And it was not Aliens.
It was not Aliens. That was a good series, too.
That really was.
Yeah.
You got me into that, actually.
Oh, is that right?
I don't know if you even remembered, because you had mentioned something to our grandparents about it when I was maybe 5 or 6 years old, and why that is just a core memory in my head, that half a conversation.
That's funny.
About that book series it was.
Yeah.
And when I finally ended up making my own money to start buying my own books, and I could go on Kindle and find my own books, I ended up picking up that whole series, and I killed it in less than 3 months. All that was out at the moment.
Yeah.
Excellent work.
That was really good. I love that when you get to the end of that, when the humans go to fight the race, go to their home planet, the first ship that goes there actually ends up there second, because while they were on a Generation sleeper ship, we discovered the space warp. So we got other ships there ahead of them.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. That was all great stuff. How would you rank this episode? What did you think of the time changes?
I would put this another one of my 9.9 out of 10. Always love a good time travel episode. This one I thought was just fantastic. Just to bring up a point one more time, Star Trek Picard season 2, but done better.
Yep.
Faster. Better and faster. That's always a win.
Yeah.
Not to say that season 2 of Picard again wasn't.
No, it was good.
It was great. But I like the pacing of this more, and I would put that as a point just a little bit above, it's made for a 45, 50-minute episode for TV over a 10-episode season.
Oh, absolutely. And it's one of those things, like, you notice everybody's first book series when they try to self-publish and write, it's always 13,000 page super grand epics.
Yeah.
But a really seasoned professional writer can cut that down to 230 pages and get the same story across.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literature in motion.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely give it an 8 or 9. It does the thing that I'm becoming a little bit worried about, and it's Star Trek's own self-referentialness.
Yeah, and I remember that as a comment at some point that was on one of the topics of our last episode as well.
Yeah.
Someone had mentioned that the world of Star Trek, or rather the galaxy of Star Trek, universe, however you want to refer to it, is incredibly vast yet extremely small.
Yeah, every time you reference something else from its own history, it just shrinks its capacity, you know. It's like, always having the Romulans as the bad guys when we've got a vast galaxy out there that you could, pepper in 1 or 2 more from,
Yeah.
Even though I happen to love the Romulans as bad guys.
Oh, yeah. And that's a thing, too, because all the Romulans are always... I can't remember an episode off the top of my head from the Next Generation era where I thought, oh, man, why did they write the Romulans like this?
Yeah.
Always thought they were written wonderfully back then. Yeah,
one of the things, though, I think that happens, or happened, because, the bad guys in Star Trek 3 are originally going to be Romulans. That's why they're in a Bird of Prey.
Right.
But that's when they switched. Because if you remember in Balance of Terror, Romulans were very honor driven and this, that, and the other. And that's when they start switching the nasty, backstabby, secretive Klingons with the honor bound Romulans, and their behaviors started to swap. I did like in Picard season 1 when they would They got into how secretive the Romulans were. Their houses all have a fake front door. They all have a first name that nobody else knows. And these little, like, just, they're so secretive about everything they do.
Whole society based on paranoia.
Yeah. It makes you wonder just like what happened to them when they left Vulcan that made them this.